You are listening to Something Rather Than Nothing. Creator and host, Ken Vellante. Editor and producer, Peter Bauer.
We're going to try to find all the answers in the world, and we're visiting here. This is the Something Rather Than Nothing podcast, and I have Vanessa and Isobel. And Vanessa, you've been on the show before. It is just a great pleasure to have you back. And for Isobel, first time on the show, we got some big science, why the universe questions, and we're going to have those for you. But welcome both of you onto the show.
Hi, Ken. Nice to see you again.
G'day, mate.
Good dang, mate. I wish I could say it like that. I'll practice.
G'day, yeah.
My dad does it all the time on the phone.
Oh, man. I gotta incorporate that. That's what I'll do. I'll listen. I'll watch more Australian TV shows.
Yeah.
And will that be my way?
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm reaching you from the great state of Oregon, United States. Isobel, it's great to have you on the show. I wanted to ask you a big question because on this show, part of the fun is asking the big questions and not talking about the big questions that they're going to ask them. So I wanted to ask you one big one, right off the bat is, so there's these forces, electromagnetism, strong nuclear, weak nuclear, and there's gravity. And when I watch these science shows and I tried to study this and understand it, but one thing my brain can't get around, and I wanted to ask you is it seems like gravity is right there, but we can't describe it, or we don't know that much about it, and I just don't understand how that's so. How is that so that we just kind of know least about gravity compared to these other forces?
I think it's because it doesn't really have anything else really in common with the others. It's the force responsible for the curvature of space-time. So in that case, it wouldn't be too easy to explain. It's what makes things pancakes on Jupiter, if that's what happens, because it's huge.
That helps me. That helps me. Describing it that way really helps my understanding. Absolutely.
But the other forces, they all have something in common. When gravity affects things physically, so it pulls things towards the Earth and stuff. And yeah. So the denser things kind of get pulled towards it.
I need to ask you another something because I was following your explanation, but you even said something that made my brain stop in this conversation. You said something about the curvature of space-time. What the heck is that? I don't know, what the heck does that mean? Curvature of space-time? Seriously.
It's they usually show it as a little blanket, a sort of grid thing. And something that's dense enough to actually kind of bend it. And it makes things orbit around it. That's why the moon orbits around the Earth and everything else orbits around something, I think. But so it's it kind of curves space around it, and then the moon, when it goes around the thing, it doesn't crash into Earth because it's fast enough to go around it. But with black holes, not even light can escape because its gravitational pull is so strong. It just kind of destroys all the blanket. It just kind of sucks it in, and so everything kind of falls into it. But the thing is, it affects the time, which is when the time comes in. So if you would ever see your friend kind of fall into a black hole, which is probably won't happen, hopefully.
But just thinking about it like a thought experiment, that's very helpful. A thought experiment. So they get, okay, so what happens then? They're moving towards it. What happens?
It just stops. he's just there floating in midair like, I don't know, something floating. And then, but he doesn't feel anything, but actually at the same time he's turning into spaghetti, and then he just disappears in the blink of eye.
I've heard that. I've heard that description. That's really helpful. I got to tell you something, and I'm not sure if Vanessa might remember. She won't remember. She might remember the movie I'm talking about, but I guarantee you it's related to black holes. So first of all, black holes fascinate me so much. But I got to tell you this really strange story. Now, I'm a bit older than you, but when I went to school, towards the end of the school year, they would take us kids that were in this school, that were in the city, in this small, decent sized school, and they would take us to the food cafeteria, and they would show us a movie at the end of the year, like a whole movie. Oh. And for me, I was so excited. I get to see movies and stuff, but it's like, you don't have to school and you get to watch this movie. Okay. Hold on. Guess what happens next? So there was this movie put out by Disney in the 1970s that was called The Black Hole. And it was this science fiction movie. And I don't remember how great it was. Like a lot of people know it, but it's much older now. But I tell you the wildest thing that happened. So there's this scene in the movie where there's somebody, like, there's things floating in outer space, and out of nowhere, like, an astronaut's face pops on the screen, and it's like a jump scare. It scared me more than like anything. Like, I'd be like, why are you showing me this? Like, it was like a jump scare on the big thing, and everybody was screaming. So that was my introduction to black holes. So I probably need a lot of better explanation, which is why I've come to you. Vanessa, are you familiar with the movie The Black Hole? No. You're gonna have to watch it now. It's probably terrible. 70s Disney Isobel is a little bit different than nowadays. But anyways, it was a science fiction type movie. But that one scene scared me. You were talking about black holes in the spaghetti thing. I've heard that. Is it looks like your friends turning into spaghetti in that situation, or like, are they really becoming like human to spaghetti? Does that question make any sense?
I don't think so, because since it warps time, I think they came up with that sort of spaghettification sort thing, where it kind of like stretches and then gets pulled straight into it, but it's so fast you won't see it. So it kind of stops there, but then it just disappears. But if there's, I always have this like, what would lasagnification be like? Would you kind of turn into a block? Or be no?
I love that. I'm getting hungry now too. Your mom and I, when we do interviews, sometimes we end up talking about food. Guess what? It's happened again. We're not even 10 minutes. We're not even 10 minutes. And thank you, Isobel. We have plenty of time. I'm going to be asking you questions, but I also, in hosting the show, thinking about how to bring your mom in. So we got over to food. And she had asked me one time, like, what's my go-to meal? I didn't even know what to say. I completely stumbled. And then she had asked me what's my go-to outfit. And I told her it was an Adidas tracksuit, a warm clay tracksuit. She didn't believe me, but it's true. How do we end up on food again? Mama Vanessa, how do we end up on food again here?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like it though. I don't like where we're going, because it's going to lead to that question, isn't it? What's for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner tonight? Yeah. It's the strangest question.
It's the most hated question of my day.
I'm warming up sweet and sour vegan chicken bowl.
Oh God, that sounds so awful.
I know. That's why I told you that, and it's actually what I knew you'd say that, but it tastes really good. But the last time I ate meat was 1995. You two, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
does the tofu, whatever it is that you're going to eat, does it mimic meat? See, this is where I think Americans are going wrong. Just eat the meat, or maybe just don't try to
it
make it
does.
fake meat. Or
It does try to mimic, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
um, let's move back off of food.
yeah, cool.
And I want to make sure, Isabel, I want to jump back over to black holes, but I also wanted to ask a whole different question. And if you can hold on. Speaking of food, right? So I watch these movies and I hear people talk on the news and they talk about Mars. Right. And I got a simple brain, and people have always talked about living on Mars, humans living on Mars. But like, I'm not trying to be like not open my brain, but like even with these movies and explanations and like growing food up there and all these type of things, everybody says it's something's going to happen pretty soon. My brain can't get around it. Like, can we live on Mars, or how do we live on Mars? I want to know what your thoughts are, because like I said, it still seems science fiction to me, but I'm behind on this, I think.
Well, we can. They are kind of building some weird stuff on there, but I don't think it's a good idea. They're trying to get like all these. They need all these weird gizmos. Like, for example, if you try to live there, the soil is like kind of toxic, so you're gonna need these huge 50-meter jet-powered boots, and then you're gonna be stomping around,
and gravity too.
Yeah, it's really low.
Like for our bone density and muscles,
yeah, it would fall
we're gonna have to. There's gonna have to be some exercise or strength training, a lot of it, because we're so used to having gravity. Yeah, but also, why do we want to go to Mars? What is it with us humans? It's just the never-ending search for novelty. And I mean, I haven't even worked out Earth yet. It's just like this spinning rock in a expanding universe, and I don't even know what month it is. So for me to quantify moving to Mars is a little bit, it's definitely stretching it.
I can get stuck on some of these points. Like, I think because we're on the flip-flop sides of the world, it's like potentially cold over and I'm out here.
Yeah.
And I'm out here in the warm. And we try the Celsius Fahrenheit things, and like I have a calculator goes off my head. It's always wrong. It's always adding and subtracting the wrong way. So I use my calculator for that one. But it's warm over here. But so Isobel, again, like on the Mars thing, you said something not only like as far as doing it, but you said you don't think it's a good idea. Could you expand on that? Like, why do you think like not the way to go, or we could be doing something else?
Well, I mean, just imagine like a really long time in the future where there's just like a bunch of humans on Mars, and then they're just all running around. Half of them has died, and then they're just throwing rocks everywhere. They're trying to like discover something, but it's just not working. I don't know how to expand on it, but it's just not a good idea.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I am already living on Mars. I haven't got a clue.
Well, let me try to connect this. I'm going to try a different way, Vanessa. I'm always trying to pull you in as much as I can to this, right? So, a lot of my information about living on Mars comes from David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust.
Yep.
So I have to say that out loud in that music. So I think that gives me a better idea of things. But I do love the song by David Bowie, Life on Mars. It's one of my favorite songs. So that's just wanted to say out loud as an opportunity. You must be a big Bowie fan, Vanessa, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, he's amazing. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Isobel, what music is your favorite music right now you've been listening to?
Definitely Devo. I just love their Potato album. They're all spinning, and then there's this dude with the crazy glasses, the eyebrows, and then he's going peekaboo.
Amazing.
It's my favorite.
Amazing. Congratulations on your success, Vanessa, for raising a great child with Devo. I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
It's something to be admired. I'm going to go back on a couple questions, like I said, Isobel, but I'm also going to go to a fresh new one because we need to get into cats. Okay. So first of all, I do have to tell you because I think it's important, even though I don't know where my cats are, but introduce their names because there's been some changes in the cat household. But first of all, the eldest is Mrs. Mia Wallace, who is a tabby cat who's 11 years old. So kind of wonderful cat. And the next in line is named Ripley for the main character in the Aliens movie, Ellen Ripley. So Ripley is there, and Ripley's 2. And we have, and here's the bit I wanted you both just to know. Julius, who is orange, who's like has the longest legs, biggest paws, stretchiest body I've ever seen, and is like 9 months old. He, when he was born and tiny, he would walk up to me and my fiance Jenny and kind of come up directly to us, kind of like he needed help. He had one eye taken out already. So he already has one eye, and the one eye's healthy. And he is the wildest, sweetest, most huggable cat. We trained him to stand up because he's so tall and give you a hug when you approach him as a cat.
He's not
so
a
that's
cat.
Julius. Oh, it's not a cat, but I use that word. I use that word just so we can get along.
Because what are they? We have one too, don't we? Our orange one.
What is it?
What is it? It's not a cat.
What is it?
Yeah. We actually have an experiment which has something to do with gravity, I think at least physics in a slight way. So we have a very big orange called Barcode. He's got some stripes. He's amazing.
Yeah, he gets wedged between the wall and the bin on his back, which is just...
So a cat is supposed to fall on their feet. Yeah. Barcode...
He fell on his back.
Barcode doesn't. So therefore, by my understanding of a cat, he's not a cat. That thing is not a cat.
That's a major activity that's cat-like. Yeah.
But there's many other reasons too, isn't there, that he's not
just
like a cat.
That in action, him falling off the shelf, getting wedged between the bin and the wall like this.
Yeah. He's not the best at negotiating jumps, which we don't know if he's deaf or blind, whether he can turn off his sight or by, we don't know. We don't know.
Big orange button.
And he stares at us with all the questions in the world, and it's disturbing, isn't it?
Yeah, at the end of the hallway.
It is. No, it is honestly true. I'm like, don't look at it. Don't look at it because something might happen.
He's going to draw you in.
No, you're going to enter his universe.
It's going to be a trance. It's going to be a trance.
100% an alien of some kind. He's not a cat.
It used to be a flat pancake on Jupiter.
Whatever it is.
That's what it is. Yeah, to bring us back. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Just for saying aloud the tough part about it's not a cat. Like, that needs to be said aloud. And I was just trying to use the word that we can use back and forth, cat, just like as a general, like, catch-all. But it helps me to know, being like, I'm not even comfortable calling this orange cat a cat because it's something else.
No, it's
another type of creature. It's cat-shaped.
It's a rectangle, Mum. I took a photo of it yesterday.
Yeah.
It was stretched across the couch. It was not letting me sit there. It was just like,
Isobel.
In a black hole. It was just...
Isobel, I love us jumping around, but I gotta have you help us bring us back onto a track. We can talk more about cats, but the science question is: I've seen this experiment. I've seen this experiment with Schrodinger's cat, And in this experiment, it's famous and people repeat it. And I've understood like little parts of it, but it's like, it says this Schrodinger's cat can be alive and dead or alive and not alive at the same time. I'm a simple person, maybe with a simple brain, but how the heck?
Don't believe him. He's a shark.
How the heck's that possible? This Schrodinger's cat thing. Can you help me, please?
Well, this is in my little weird science book. It's
Okay.
just like, it's basically everything has its, like, basically every possibility. It has its own universe for some reason. But, like, so in the experiment, the cat is in a box in universe A with, like, a little bottle, like,
Radioactive.
yeah, toxic stuff in a bottle, and it's just kind of walking around. It's alive, it's fine. But then in universe B, when it's sort of spilled, like it must have been knocked over, the cat is dead. So when you open the box, the cat is both alive and dead due to the possibility of that happening.
Wow. That's really helpful. So is it like multiverse? Is it like multiverse?
Yeah.
Like I have to relate it to comic books. Like I have a lot of comic books. I've read way too many or a good amount that's helped my brain. It matters which way you look at it. But I understand it through that way, through comic books, essentially. It's a multiverse type thing?
Yeah.
Or no?
I think so.
Kind of.
Wait, a tiny question for you. What does
Yes.
E equal?
What does what?
E equal. What does that equal?
MC squared.
No, first letter of the alphabet.
This is the first time I've been able to use my drums, Isobel. For you, this is for you setting up this. I've done 320 episodes without drums.
Oh.
So thank you. All right, so we got some of that about Schrodinger's cat. Can you tell me about the most? Let's put the orange cats aside for a moment. Whatever's going on, the orange beings aside for now. What's another interesting cat that you've seen or met recently that's not the orange kind of phenomena? Who's an interesting cat you've met recently?
Satan.
Yeah.
Our cat.
He has like these yellow eyes. He's all black and fluffy.
He's very big.
Yeah.
So he's an American cat.
They are from your paintings. The planet is your painting.
But
Fluffy.
so he's an American cat, and you're going to love this because, well, his name is Satan, which sort of leads to the fact he's going to be fairly irritating to live with. And he's allergic to all food.
All food.
All food except kangaroos.
And he's an American cat, so only kangaroo.
It's just the facts. Yeah.
Now you're poking fun at the American guy that this is like Australia type of thing that they only think they can only kangaroo.
That's the only thing he can eat is kangaroo.
I did not expect to get here, but I'm loving that we're here. How do you feed the kangaroo? I don't know anything about this. How's the kangaroo fed? Is it a pate or something?
It's mince, and there are his kibble is also kangaroo. So yeah, that's been a fun experiment. It depends if you enjoy cat diarrhea. I don't. Isobel doesn't. And so yes, we did find out by deduction and many vet trips. He also likes eating plastic.
And string.
Plastic and string.
What is with cats?
And anything.
He loves going to the vet because he eats something wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
Know who loves eating plastic is Mrs. Mia Wallace.
They love it, don't they? The bread plastic, the crinkle.
Yeah, well, it's like it could be like a sandwich wrap. I have my comic books in the plastic there. Chew up the
Yep.
That's my own fault. I shouldn't leave my comic books in plastic out for anybody, right?
I'm in a safe.
I know.
You do.
I
what
know.
else? He also goes through Isobel's bin and eats the wrappers and tissues.
Oh, no.
That's Satan.
Some random bits of paper in there from me making some sort of invention on my desk.
Yeah.
And then some other stuff.
Of
some sort.
I have some more questions. I'm fascinated by some of the years we got into. My brain's still rattling from the kangaroo food, but I want to jump over to art, Isobel. There's an art and philosophy podcast and thinking and like what's the universe and all these like big questions. But one I ask is your mom's an artist. You're around a lot of art. What is art? What is art?
Well, I like to think of it like, so the artist sort of paints like their emotions with a picture and some sort. Like, sometimes Mum lets me come down here and I do actually paint some. I've done 3 so far. That's not much. Mum's got like beyond quantum understanding array of
I agree.
things.
I agree. We can agree on that. Yes.
It's like a library.
Is
It's just so many things. But yeah, so it's like, I like to use like a sort of inside joke and then paint that. So like, there was this thing I made with Chris, and it was about like we made this secret language where we're kind of talking but we're not talking. So like it's completely muted, but then we can like mind control other people's actions. That was crazy night. And I changed it because I was making sculptures out of carrots for some reason.
oh my god.
And this stalk, and I was like, and so yeah, I called it like the carrot land. There was this eye poking out from the clouds, and then Chris was some sort of sun, and he had his mouth open. He was like, oh.
So not your standard art coming out of the household. I absolutely love that. You said something, a word that stuck in my head, Isobel, was when you said color and emotion. So like sometimes I point out like that popped in my head because that color for me just really pops my head in thinking about emotion and how it makes you feel. So I really like that part. Is that how you feel it? Do you have that type of response when you see color, like an emotional response and that type of meaning? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Sometimes when I think about places that I have been, this isn't particularly about art, but like I always get this particular feeling that I can't really explain. It's not really happy, but it's not really sad. It's just sort of fine. I like it.
Is it color related?
No, it just kind of reminds me of the place that I felt when I was at that place. And sometimes when I think
nostalgia,
just kind
of I love that. I love that and what color can do. I watched like a documentary yesterday, and it was a 1970s documentary, and it felt that. And I was noticing when I was watching it how it made my body feel different because I was alive then, but I was young. So I was just noticing that piece, and I think like images can do that. And over time, for me, Isobel, is like I've felt more comfortable and feeling the emotions that come from when I see a painting and being like, oh, I can feel that way and it can feel strange. And I ended up liking different colors as well. That's the thing that like fascinated my brain the most. What's your favorite colors, Isobel, either to see or to use when you're painting for what they do for you?
My mum hates orange so much, but I like it. It reminds me of stuff that's radioactive. I like that. Just kind of like the orange. I also like the sort of blue-green sort of stuff. I like that. But like, I kind of mush it together and it creates a terrible old brown, which I use for the painting that I did at school, which is very, very similar to the one I did here. I just like doing eyes poking out of the clouds. It's so creepy. It's awesome.
I have to interrupt what we're doing because Julius, the orange cat, is actually near me.
Oh my God.
So I do have to put the microphone down and pull Julius onto the screen so you can just see what I'm talking about. And I don't think I think it'll add to the mystery, not subtract from the orange creature mystery. So sweetest cat in the world. I'm going to bring Julius on. Hey, Julius, come on. All right, Julius, this is your moment.
Oh, wow.
He's really long, isn't he?
You see?
Oh my goodness, he's got one eye. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
He's so cute.
And so I try not to sneak up on him or make too many vision jokes or anything. That's just rude to do to the cat.
Yeah. Well, the cat shape.
Well, the only thing I could, like I said before, I only think in comic books on like Daredevil. My brain goes very simple sometimes for me to try to understand the world. But Julius is a lovely cat. Not the greatest at jumping, to share in the qualities that you were talking about, and doesn't know limits, like almost at all.
Yeah.
Proper limits, like just like not much acknowledgement of what's reasonable behavior in the slightest.
I totally agree. So when we do sometimes we give them treats and Barcode can't find it. It's right there. It's right there and he can't find it and he's looking hard for it and he looks so perplexed. And I'm like, it's right there. Yesterday we took his food away and he was searching for it. Because he'd finished his dinner and he was just there, wasn't he? Did you see him? No, you didn't see him. He was patting the floor, looking for his food. It was gone and he did that for 5 minutes. The dinner was gone and he's there searching for it for 5 minutes afterwards. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. There's a glitch in the brain or...
Well, there's these
wild... smell off and eyes, but yeah.
There's these wild glitches and I think sometimes it's like, and like it's right in front of you type of thing. Like it's so glaring. Like how can't you see? And then almost like in my brain, almost like I think I would go around the corner and might be reading a novel and smoking a pipe. Like that one, I'd be like, oh, that's what the cat's doing as well. Cause they're not.
No.
They're like shapeshifters or something.
Yeah.
Is that getting close? Is that getting closer?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, this is an investigative podcast, if there ever was one.
He's definitely a science experiment in our house because we haven't worked it out yet.
We went on
and I don't think that we will.
Universe B and Universe A, they went together. We found our clones. Their last names were Wolfenden.
Oh my God, we did too.
Oh my gosh, and they were everywhere we were. They were there, they did the same things. Oh my gosh, it was... And then they grew up where you were, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was really weird. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. You know, you go overseas and you meet someone and you know their mum and you, for some reason, you know all their best friends and, you know, they grew up in the same place and they know your old school and they know, I don't know, your old art teacher or something. And it's like, why can't I just go anywhere and not know anyone?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, there are burdens with both of your talents, right? I think that's like, you know, at the end of it, there are burdens with the intelligence in a world sometimes that doesn't seem to be doing like some really good, healthy thinking out there. Isobel, in order to learn like space stuff, science stuff, like everybody has like authors or like lecturers that they really like. So for me, really important for me was I think of Carl Sagan, who's like so important to me and in my head for a lot of reasons as an environmentalist and knowing and talking about space for my understanding. Isobel, for you, what things do you like to read? Where do you like to read things, and which type of scientists really fascinate you?
I like the Jim dude. What's his name? It's Jim, Al, and then it's something that starts with K.
Is it Jim Carroll? There's a James
No,
Carroll's the
no,
universe guy.
Or something. Jim, Al, and then
I don't know because I don't study physics in my spare time.
he made like a show called Quark Science, and he's just really fun. I like what he does. He does this thing where he's walking over there, but then he appears here, and then he's going.
And he's able to talk about quarks. He's able to talk about quarks.
Yeah, I guess that just is a word that enters our household now, quarks and their flavours.
Flavors.
If I have it correct, Isobel, maybe you know it, or maybe Vanessa, you know it too. I believe quark is from James Joyce's book. And I'm gonna have to double check that. But I believe that term used either in a poem. Yeah.
I
A
think
quark.
I heard this quote called 3 quarks or something. Mark or something? I think his name was Mark, or was that his last name?
You're asking the wrong dude.
We'll put it in the show notes, Isobel. Don't worry about it. We're gonna put in the show notes. I want to kick it over to the name of the podcast itself, which you can answer like a whole million different type of ways. But the question is, and not to be intimidated by your mom, I think she knows the answer. Why is there something rather than nothing, Isobel?
So, in that same show by that dude that I can't say his name, he did this episode where there's like something, everything and nothing. And it's like, I can't really remember very well what he meant, but this might be wrong. So, like, it's like almost impossible to have nothing. So, like, if you make like a vacuum sort void thing, you try and get everything out of the road, you do. But, so like, there's no air, there's no anything, but no nothing either. Plot twist. So, like, physics or whatever, like, they kind of like to push things into empty space, causing, like, random matter particles to, like, just randomly pop up and then just vanish again. When that happens, like, they create, like, a little antimatter twin, and then they just disappear again and over and over and over again, so there's not really nothing, I don't think.
Wow. I was following that. Vanessa, Mama, you following that too? Nah. He's still caught on quarks, or maybe a half hour before quarks.
I checked out about last week.
Oh, come on. Come on. We've arrived at greater understanding of a few things, gravity, orange cats, maybe. I wanted to ask you another question, just thinking about like how you come in contact with science, Isobel. Do you like science fiction and like things that kind of speculate at what's going to happen in science in the future? Do you like that as much, or you're like, give me my science book and tell me the hard science right now? What's your favorite?
I like more of the real science. I just don't like science fiction. They make it too weird. It's just not that exciting because I know it's just not possible. It's just some...
What?
Well, I mean, no, it's just... No. Ugh. It's just so expected, you know? It's just too...
Well, the real science is crazy enough, I think. Is that what you mean? It's crazy enough. The real science is crazy enough.
Like
there's enough to figure out, like
parallel worlds into it, and then it just kind of appears out of nowhere.
My daughter, my firstborn, her name's Trin, and love her dearly, but we have differences like in kind of like things we like. And I love science fiction, but for her, it's almost like sleeping magic. She will fall asleep within 5 minutes. So it's good for her falling asleep. Yeah. No interest, brain shuts off. I don't know why this is so fascinating and everything, and then she'll fall asleep. So I sometimes ask, what people think about science fiction, because it's kind of, fascinating. But I think you're right. There's so many questions to figure out. And this whole Mars thing, I don't know why. I'll explain it better. I'm speculative myself. Like,
Do you want to go to Mars?
Sure.
Do you want to go
I
to
don't.
Mars?
You know why I don't want to?
No?
I think maybe, and this is maybe the way my brain works, like the worst people from Earth are going to end up on Mars. And then you're dealing with like, I don't know, 20 to 50 people, and many of them aren't that fun at all.
Oh, that would be bad. It's like being in a bad class.
And it's not like, hey, I'll take a plane to whatever. I'd imagine.
It's like being in a bad class for the rest of your life.
There's no malls. There's no malls, probably. There's not any movie theaters.
People you don't like.
You can't go surfing.
Well, maybe you change your mind. You have to learn how to like them. I don't know.
Well,
what
thanks
happens
for the challenge. Thanks for the challenge, Vanessa. You're right. Maybe the problem's me. Maybe the problem's me. Maybe you're right. It is a challenge. It is like the old Buddhist saying, that which causes you the most aggravation might be your best teacher, is probably your best teacher. So I think you just taught me that lesson. Vanessa, we did an amazing episode together. We have about a 40-minute episodes. I mean, I learned a lot. And one cool thing, Isobel, is like, this is an independent podcast. And like, I talk to a lot of like really amazing artists like your mom and other people around the world. And I think it's actually really cool to be able to like talk to intelligent people like yourself, Isobel, and like ask like the big questions, because sometimes it's like I feel myself like life's a little bit like blah. I want to know why. I might not know the answer, but I want to know why. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you being on the show.
Not bad for a 10-year-old. Yeah.
Not 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Absolutely wonderful.
This is Something Rather Than Nothing.